And then we are going to connect the dots with this very video we are watching right now. We will connect the dots. There's this video the PM did today. Oh my goodness me. Hey, try. No wonder they say birds of the same feathers, birds of the same feathers or the same color flock together. Can you correct me in the comment section? Is it birds of the same feather? Birds of the same feathers or the same color? Birds of the same feathers flock together. I watched a video made by PM today, Mazi Samanekpa, the Prime Minister. I watched that video. I was watching that response from PM this evening. You know why? Because exactly this inch is once or mabanime. Once once he hit the hammer on top of the nail direct. Now let's continue because we are going to connect the dots. With our video and this one will connect the dots.
By Open Doors UK comes to us from our friends at the Global News Alliance.
Now, this is one of the IDP camps. For those, I want one Nigerianist to be here this evening. I want to see any idiot that loves Nigeria to be here. If you don't like, as we are exiting the zoo, you don't like it, whether you are Igbo man or you are wherever you come from, I don't care. If you don't like the exit of Biafra from Nigeria, you don't like or you don't want the breakup of Nigeria, you don't want anything that will, cause or that will tamper with the so-called territorial integrity of the zoo, I want you here this evening. We have something in common this evening. Me and you.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, God bless you all.
Amen.
As we can see, this is church. I'm a pastor, and this world, the people I pastor them.
Please pay very good attention, my people.
As we are gathered here, how many of us fled due to the attacks? Raise up your hands.
Did you hear that? The man is speaking in the local dialect, asking his people. He said he's a pastor of these people. He's the one pastoring them. And when you hear I'm a pastor, I'm the one pastoring them, you think he's coming from one mansion outside to come here and pastor them. No, he's one of them. Wahala. They say wahala be like again. He is there. He's one of them. He asked them, how many of you who are here have fled because of attacks by the Fulani terrorists? All of them raised up their hands because of Otuo the Bodu called the Bogona. Well, if I na Bogona, Obona Mogina village, ya mo ifem neku. If na Odu, Obona Cholonta na village, Ogi Pelumpe, you will understand. Otuo the Bodu called the Bogona. Let's continue.
Pastor Barnabas's church in Nigeria is a makeshift structure inside a camp for
Are you seeing what I'm saying? This is BBC, CBN News. Is an international, one of the biggest international media platforms in the world. This is CBN News. They were there live in Benue State, live and direct. This is one of the internally displaced persons camps in the Northern Zoological Republic. Pay attention. what you are seeing is just a tip of an iceberg. If I kabumbido, you are just seeing one part. You have not seen all parts in one camp alone.
Internally displaced people, or IDPs. The people he pastors are Christians who are violently forced from their homes by militant Fulani herdsmen.
Here is my house, where I live together with my wife, my 7 children.
This man is living here with his wife and his 7 children. And he is still a young man, a young, healthy man, a healthy young man who should be in his home, in his ancestral home, even if he's a farmer, farming very well, feeding his children and training them in the school. But this man has lost everything. He's a young man, highest 45 or 50 years old. He has lost everything. That's not even this man is not up to 50 years. Never. He's suffering and he's looking young like this. What if he is, doing well? He is here with his 7 children. And this is the story of just one particular man. When we have millions in this IDP camp.
3 of them stayed here with me and my wife. Then the rest of the children join up my neighbor to stay away this night. When day breaks, they comes back and stay with me. This tent here is from here to this place is 1.5 meters. From here to here is 1.5 meters. From here to here is 1.5 meters.
Yeah. You see the man, right? You see the man. Oh my goodness me. Alo Melo. 1.5 meters, 1.5 meters, 1.5 meters, and 1.5 meters. The whole 4 corners are all 1.5 meters, 1.5 meters each. And that is where a full grown-up man like this, let's say 50 years of age, is living with 7 children and a wife. I want those women, because I know I have a lot of women watching me now, a lot of women. I want you, especially Biafran women, in fact, especially Igbo women, let me, because I'm a motundi bansi, I'm a motu muanya, Omuasa Igbo, Omuasa, if I don't know Omuasa, I'm a motu, I know how you people, love life. I know how you people love to be pampered. I know how you people love to be, to live good life. I know how you people love to live a good life, very good life. I'm talking about Igbo women. That is why I call Omuwanyi Igbo, Oriako, Obiageriako, Akachukwu Di Ya. I know how Igbo women dress. I know how pompous they feel because we, the men, pamper them so much. And they deserve it. I want to ask you, Biafran women listening to me now, especially Igbo women, because I don't know if the way we do is general in all Biafran states and tribes. Imagine living in this place as a woman with a man you call your husband and your 7 children. Actually, but I'm controlling myself. I'm controlling myself. Imagine living there with your husband, a man that you called your husband, and you are watching your children, those 7 children. As the man is very young, so that means the wife is also young, and then the children will also be very, 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 very young. Many of those children, out of those 7 children, many of them, if not all of them, are born in this same IDP camp. Imagine living here with those children. How does he feel? As in, oh my goodness me. Let's continue.
Smaller than a double mattress.
The suffering of these displaced Christians is so tough that
Child.
many of them have begun to lose their faith in God.
When I see my people living in this kind of condition we are, I feel very bad. It makes many of them begin to lose their faith from God. They begin to turn away from God. But with God, we believe that God will still restore them back.
It's not about, you see, this is the problem. This is the problem. It's not about God. This has no, I don't want to say no business or has nothing to do with God, but it's not about God in car now. This one is, I wish, although they don't have electricity, they don't have smartphones, how would they hear me? How would they hear what I'm saying? I'm just shouting on their behalf and crying on their behalf. So I'm not sure. I'm not very sure that he will hear me, but others will hear me. It's not about God. God cannot bring you out of IDP camp and place you back to your community. It is not possible. It is not the job of God. You are not more Christian than me. You are not more Christian than me. You are not more born again than me. And I'm not sure, even you as a pastor, I'm not certain you pray more than me. I'm not certain about that. But I'm standing here today to tell you that this is not about God. God created you, placed you in your ancestral land. He is not the one that brought Fulani to displace you. No. Your government brought Fulani to displace you in order to Islamize you. Your own government did it. They use your military and your police that you applaud every moment. You applaud them. You rely on them. You have faith in them. They use them to shield these terrorists, to cover them, to give them protection, and they come into your own land and displace you. By many of your siblings, by many of your kinsmen, and those of you that survived it alive are here today. It is not about God. God is not the one that brought them. It is your government that brought them. It is your government that brought them. When I was watching the video, I had this place. I say, if you're going, this is our problem. This is the problem of Africa. White people that brought Christianity and other religions to us cannot in any way, no way whatsoever, hope in God to rescue them from terrorism. It is not possible. You cannot be more Christian than Israel. Whether you call them what do they call them? Judaism or whatever, you can't be more Christian than Israel. But what are they doing today? They are fighting. They are fighting with guns and bullets. They are fighting with Ogbuniwe against their enemies. So you can't know God more than Israel. You can't. You can't be more Christian than the Europeans that brought it to you. You can't. So it's not about God. God is there. God cannot kill himself for his children that he created. He has given you all the power and the energy, experience, brain to rescue yourself when you are in such mess. it is not a spiritual matter. If it is a spiritual matter, you can begin to pray to God. You can begin to call on God to rescue you. This is a physical matter. It has nothing to do with spiritual. I need to dwell on this a little bit. It has absolutely nothing to do with spiritual. That is the reason why in Biafra land, we can't afford to have this kind of situation in our land. Never. Not when men are fully armed to the teeth. We can't afford to have this kind of situation in our land. It's not about even in Israel, it was like that. Ndị ọgụ gawa na-efesi ndị iro, ndị na-ekpe ekpere na-ekpe, in order to back them up with prayers. You can't be in IDP camp and you are praying for God to rescue you, to bring you out of IDP camp, to take you back to your home. When you have a government, you have military, you have police, you have air force, and they are aware that where you left, where you ran away from to IDP camp, is occupied by foreigners, by armed bandits and terrorists. The military is aware. The military knows that you are there in IDP camp. The military knows. And the military knows where you ran away from. They know your village. And they know that terrorists are there, armed. They have Air Force, they have Navy, they have Super Tucano, they have all the armor tanks and all the whole thing. What is, if it's not your government that put you there, that made you lose all you had, all you've worked for in your entire life, if it's not your government that made you lose all of it, that made you lose all of it, and here you are in IDP camp, what is stopping that same government to go into your villages and chase away those terrorists and return you back home? It is not God. It is your terrorist government and your terrorist military that put you there. And they are not ready anytime, no any time at all in this world that they are going to return you back to your ancestral home, because the plan of the Fulani is to chase you away and bring in their Fulani siblings from Sahel and place them there, and forever they have become the original owners of your land. It happened in the Connaught. It happened in Sokoto. It happened in Katsina. All these Fulanis from Katsina, Buhari and co., they are not from Katsina. How did they manage to become the indigenous of Katsina? Do they have any record of buying land? You know, people have never thought of this. People have not thought of this. Is there any record that Fulani bought land in Sokoto to become indigenous of Sokoto? Or is there any record at all that they bought land in Katsina, built house, married there, gave birth to children, and their children are now the citizens of Nigeria and indigenous of Sokoto or Katsina state, or any other place, including Jigawa, Kebbi, Bini Kebbi, all of them, Zamfara, Brono? Is there any record that sometime in the past that Fulanis came from Sahel and bought lands in northern Nigeria? That's why today they can no longer go back, because these are their lands. They inhabit it, they bought it, and now they have become the citizens of Nigeria. Is there any record like that? There is no record. No single record. So how did they manage to become the indigenes of those places? How did they manage to become indigenes of those places? How? Can somebody explain to me? I don't know. Have you thought of this? How did they manage to become indigenous of those places, including in Yoruba land, in Kwara State? How did Fulanis manage to become indigenous of those lands? How did they manage? It is through jihadists. What is happening in Benue State? What is happening in Kogi? What is happening in Kaduna? What is happening in where is Musa coming from? Plateau State. What is happening in these Middle Belt states is exactly what happened in the Connaught in the olden days, 18th centuries, when Usman Dan Fodio invaded northern Nigeria.
This has been my prayer for them in the name of Jesus. Back. This has been my prayer for them. God began to lose their faith from God. They began to turn away from God. But with God, we believe that God will still restore them back. This has been my prayer for them in the name of Jesus.
Others, like Barnabas, remain faithful to Christ, despite the severe hardships of life here. They worship God, ask for more of His Holy Spirit, and trust Him for their future.
For the place we are living, my prayer is that one day, God Almighty, we ask that God should restore us back to our ancestral homes.
I don't like that word. He has repeated it again. I don't like it. God will just come and restore you back to your ancestral land. Like, seriously, I don't understand how God will do it. Is it God that displaced you in the first place? God did not displace you. God loves you so much. But the government that you trust and place your hope displaced you with militias, Fulani militias. And today, you are calling God to come and restore you back to your land. This is the way Africans behave, and this is why Africa is too poor. This is why Africa is too poor. Those that brought Christianity to us would have risen up, even in this IDP camp. They will solicit for funds from outside. Even they will find a way to get electricity, get internet. Internet is everywhere. Get phone. Begin to solicit for funds from outside. Arm themselves, go back to their home, their villages, and fight. Fight. Raise, what do you call them? Raise men from this IDP camp. Raise men from this IDP camp. Raise men from here and go to their villages and fight. The people that chased you away from your village came with AK-47. You get your own AK-47, arm yourself the same way they arm themselves. Go back there and fight. That is the only way you can restore yourself from what you lost. You can restore yourself back to your land. Raise men there. Solicit for funds. Arm yourselves. Go back there and fight. The only thing that will restore you is fight. Only, I say only. There is no two way. That it doesn't have two ways. It's only one way. One way back to your home. One way, only one way is fight.
We will not remain suffering the way we are suffering. God lives, and as He lives, He will surely see us through. He is everything that we are. He will never disappoint, and He has never disappointed us. No matter of the condition we are into, so far our eyes is on Him. So far is our hope.
Hello, Melo.
It's on Him. We put our confidence on Him. We believe He's great. He will do it more than what we have not even expected.
Extraordinary faith. Well, every year on this first Sunday in November, Christians around the world join in prayer for the persecuted church. Joining us now is Jeff King, president of.
Now, you see, it's so painful. It's so painful. So painful, my people. It is too painful. I don't know. I told you in our womb. Now we are going to start connecting the dots, but before this dot will start be connecting, before we start connecting these dots, let us see, of course, the video from the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile, His Excellency Ekpa Simon Njoku.
Again, to respond to.
Let us see this video and then we begin to connect the dots. I hope time will permit us because I have a lot of videos that I want to be playing moving forward this very evening.
Good afternoon, fellow Biafrans. This is the 11th day of November 2024, and I am here again to respond to a question by somebody who just asked me, Prime Minister, what do we do to sustain the peace and security we've brought to Biafra land? And I told him, and I said, I am going to make this video to respond because I know many people are going to be asking the same question. So here is my response.
Remember the question, because now with this video, we are going to start connecting the dots. Remember, I want you to remember the first video. And those who would come to debate me later, please, I want you to write down everything that you do not understand. Write them down. Everything that I said or that I'm going to say, but you do not believe in those things, you don't understand them, or you don't, even though you understand them, but you don't believe in what I'm saying, write them down so you don't forget anything. By the time the floor is open, you will be able to ask those questions and then debate me on those things, right? So that others will learn. So I want you to remember where we are coming from, the video we just played, and then as we go on with the Prime Minister's video, we'll begin to connect the dots. And the question is, what are you going to do? A Biafran man questioned or queried the Prime Minister. What are you going to do to sustain the peace and security and your group have brought to Biafra land? Do you know the reason why that question was asked? The peace and security that you have brought to our land. Do you know the reason why the question is asked? Now, let me explain to you before we move forward with the video. The person who asked this question is actually here. I believe that that person is here. If that person is here, that person is getting daily updates of what is happening both here in Biafra land and the entire Zoological Republic. That person is either here or he gets daily updates, because going by the video that I have just played, the video that I just finished playing now, you can see that there is no peace and there is no security in the entire Nigeria. Leave Biafra land alone for now. Because if there is security in Nigeria, the citizens cannot abandon their homes, their ancestral homes and lands, living in the internally displaced camps. Who displaced them? Terrorists. So if there is security, would they abandon their homes living in IDP camps? The answer is no. If there is peace in their ancestral lands, would they abandon their homes, run to IDP camps, living like Ochicha, like ants? Na Ochicha, Billy na Ochicha, that a young man of 45 years or 40 years of age is living in Akachukwu with his entire household, 7 children and wife. That means there is no security and there is no peace. Wherever he left, he left. So the person who asked this question is aware that there is war in our land. He knows that there is war in Biafra land. But this war is against those who are bringing insecurity in our land. The person who asked that question is aware that there is war in our land. But this war is not the war that is chasing our people, giving them sleepless night, chasing them away from their ancestral homes. Are you getting the difference? This war is the war that will give them peace while they live in their ancestral homes, in their fatherland. You see the difference? The person is aware that there is war in our land, but it is war that will give them peace, not the war that will chase them from their ancestral homes and put them in IDP camps where they will be living in Akachukwu like ants. That's why that question was asked. So let's continue.
To be asking the same question. So here is my response. The only way to sustain the peace that we have brought to Biafra territory and to the Biafra people is to make sure that Nigeria never breed within our territory.
He did not give you instance. I told you from beginning that when I watched this video, I told you Wolomo, because if any no here, boy, and we find out Ezioku anakoro Mary. Ezioku anakoro Mary. Undiluted truth. And if any no could be if any life and direct. He said the only way, he did not give you any assumption. This is not a church of assumption. The only way, he said, it is only one way. Only one way. And which way is that? Never allow the zoo to breed in Biafra land. And he's going to give you instances because I don't want to be ahead. On a no more Kunobi, so I can even go ahead. I can even go ahead and start explaining. But I don't want to be ahead. I want him to land before I analyze. The only way, one way traffic. Remember that is only one way. Never allow the zoo to breed in Biafra land. Some of you who have not watched the video, who do not understand what he's about to say, maybe thinking. So you think if you don't allow Nigeria to breed in Igbo land, then there will be peace. You don't know anything. Pay attention. The
Nigeria terrorist army, Nigeria terrorist state police, and every arm carrying person under Nigeria within Biafra territory must not be allowed to breed because they are the main cause of insecurity. They are the terrorists that have been terrorizing people, facilitating the attack against indigenous people, and shielding these ragtag terrorists when they come to kill.
Now, those of you one Nigerianist may say, shut up your mouth. Those of you one Nigerianist may say, look at this idiot. Those of you one Nigerianist may say, you are this, you are that. You may call him or me all sorts of names, whatever name that comes to your mouth, you may call us, no problem. You have listened to one part, right? You have not understood it. And I do not expect you to understand it at this very point in time. Boto, Gedonte, Makanante Bonka. Remember what he said. Any arm-carrying person or group of persons representing the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom within Biafra land must not be allowed to do what? To breed. And he said, because they are the ones facilitating the insecurity that is happening in Nigeria today. You may say it's a lie. Now pay attention. And now pay attention.
So we are not going to allow them to breed in Biafra territory until Biafra become an independent state, recognized under international community and the United Nations. I want you to take a look at where Nigeria is breeding.
Now pay attention. He said, those of you who did not believe what he said, that to maintain peace and security that Biafrans are enjoying without living in IDP camps, as the Benue people, the Kaduna people, the Borno people, of course, all of them, name them, as all of them living in IDP camps. For us not to live in IDP camps to maintain peace and security that Biafra government has brought in Biafra land, no Nigerian armed carrying person or group of persons should be allowed to breathe in Biafra territory. Those of you who doubted it, now pay attention. There are other places that Nigeria or Nigerian armed forces are breathing. As we are not allowing them to breathe in our land, you say it's you are this, you are that, you are terrorist, you are this, you are coward. Now, he will tell you other places where Nigeria is breathing. I'm carrying Nigerian forces are breathing. They are allowed and they are very, very comfortable in those places. Now pay attention. Let us hear from the Prime Minister.
How the security situation are in those. I want Biafra territory until Biafra become an independent state, recognized under international community and the United Nations. I want you to take a look at where Nigeria is breeding, how the security situation are in those places. Take a look in Yoruba land. Nigeria is breeding in Yoruba land.
Very well.
29,000 people have been reportedly killed by the Fulani terrorists. People have.
Even I not be me talking. Even the Prime Minister himself is not the one who said it. I want you to put it as one of the questions you will ask when you come to debate me, so that I will give you the evidence. Even the PM himself is not the one that said it. He's not making up any story. 29,000 people died by the Fulani terrorists in Yoruba land. Some of the fools and the cowards that I see on social media, especially on TikTok and Twitter, talking nonsense against Biafra, talking arrant nonsense, castigating in deep. You think anybody who goes to any of these platforms on social media, especially on TikTok, to address them, addressing this Afonjas and the Ilibinu, all these idiots, all these urchins ranting on TikTok and Twitter, and you go there to address them, you are the biggest fool. You as an Igbo man, going there to talk or to address them, you are the biggest coward. Because you don't know who you are. And you don't know why they are angry. You don't know why they are against you. They are against you because what is happening in their land is not happening in your own land. They are against you because they have seen the light in you. They have seen that you are about to be free. They have seen that nobody can hold you down anymore. They are angry. Above all, they are hearing the news. They are getting the news. How their friends, how their relatives, how their kinsmen who are in the Zoo Janjaweed terrorist army are being, sent to judgment on a daily basis in Biafra land. Those who came to terrorize innocent Biafrans in the name of army have been sent to judgment on a daily basis, and these urchins are not comfortable with those news. They are mourning, and you expect them to be happy with you. Or you think those people who are being sent to judgment, not whatever fussy, you think they don't come from somewhere? Are you not aware that the Yorubas and the Middle Beltans, including the Libinus, are more populated in the army? Are you not aware that these are the main terrorists that we are facing and fighting in Biafra land? Are you not aware? Are you not aware? So when you see them mourning, ranting, crying on social media, you calling you all sorts of names, you go there to address them. Now you be the main idiot. You are the main fool there. You should allow them to mourn. Allow them to mourn. You think they are insulting you? You think they are calling they are calling you names? No, they are actually mourning because they are getting the news. They are getting the news. They are mourning. and they can't control their emotions. Therefore, they have to call you names. So don't go there. Do not go. Allow them to mourn. Don't go there. Don't address them. Allow them to call all sorts of names. It doesn't change anything. It does not scratch our skin. It does not scratch our skin. Aibu Dogu. We are the only people who are armed to chase away terrorists who are coming to buy our innocent women and children. It is only in Biafra land that you have youths, men, armed to the teeth, chasing away terrorists. Only in Igbo land, in Biafra land. You can't see that in any other place in the entire zoological republic. It is only in Biafra. So anytime you see them calling you all sorts of names, you know, they are mourning. They are not insulting. They are just mourning because they can't do what we are doing. They never burn them.
Been reportedly killed. Take a look in Yoruba land. Nigeria is breeding in Yoruba land. 29,000 people have been reportedly killed by the Fulani terrorists.
Let me help you. Let me help you, my prime minister. It is not only the 29. That was the news because one of the Yoruba, nations now leader, the old man, I don't remember his name, was crying and shouting the other day. He brought the news, actually. But it did not end there. There is another news that over 10,000 Yorubas have fled their homeland into Benin Republic seeking refuge. It's not just a news, it was a video. We saw it. How many of you saw it? I think that was in 2019. How many of you saw it? Even Mazen Amdekano, use it for broadcast. It was a video, not new, not just news, not an audio news. It was a video. Akintoye, thank you. Oliobi Eric, thank you. Akintoye is one that it brought that mentioned the amount of people that were died by the Fulani terrorists. But we are talking about the video now of Yorubas, over 10,000 Yorubas from Ogun State fled their homes into Benin Republic seeking refuge. How many of you watched that video? Because what I'm saying is in the public. It's a video, not a audio news, not a propaganda. Now let's continue.
Look at the northeast, northwest, where Nigeria is breeding. There are many terrorist groups springing up on daily basis. Innocent women and children are being neutralized every day.
And there is another new terrorist group now that has come up from Sokoto of all people. Gobir now has his own new terrorist group. Not the Fulani bandit in Zamfara, not the Mieti Allah Fulani Herdsmen terrorist group, not Al-Qaeda in Maghreb, not ISIS in West Africa, not Boko Haram, not Ansaru, not the Isba. No, a very fresh, newly formed terrorist organization is currently now in Sokoto. And I'll show you another thing. Let PM finish. I'll show you something else.
Take a look in the Middle Belt where Nigeria is breeding.
Very well.
There are people who have given birth to their children inside IDP camp. And many of those children are today 19 years of age. What does that tell you? It means that people have actually left and fled their ancestral land and have been living in IDP camp for more than 19 years. And without any plan,
no plan
for them to reclaim their land. Their land is now being occupied by strangers. Who are those strangers? The fighters that were actually killing the people and chasing them out of their own land. Nigeria is breeding
very well
in the Middle Belt. And that's the reason why we decided that The solution to sustain the security in our land is to make sure that Nigeria never breed. And that's what Simon Ekpa is leading.
Now, do you understand what he means by Nigeria is breathing in those lands? Do you understand? Do you understand it? The meaning is that the zoo is breathing in those lands. The meaning is very simple, because in those places, the army is free. Nigeria army is well stationed in these areas in Middle Belt. In fact, Kaduna has the highest military cantonment, the highest navy barracks, military headquarters, police headquarters, Air Force base. These are all located in Kaduna. Nigeria is breathing well, very, very well in Kaduna State. Look at Kogi State. Look at Benue State. The capital of Benue State is Makurdi. Makurdi has one of the biggest military barracks in entire Nigeria. One of the biggest military barracks in the entire Zoological Republic is located in Makurdi. But my people, in Benue State alone, there are more than 7 IDP camps in Benue. In Benue alone, just only in Benue. And the capital, Makurdi, has one of the highest and largest military barracks in the entire Zoological Republic. Nigeria is breathing very, very well and healthy in Benue State. But they have one of the, highest number of IDP camps in the country. In Kogi State, Nigeria is breathing very, very well and healthy in Kogi State. Are you getting me? Look at what is happening in Kogi State. In Kaduna State, Nigeria is breathing very, very well. The army is free. Nobody's attacking the army. The police is free. Nobody's attacking the police. The Air Force is free. Air Force base is there. Nobody's attacking them. Every arm-carrying group or organization in Kaduna State are all free. It's free. It's free. Nobody is attacking them. Nobody is questioning them. Nobody is chasing them away from Kaduna State. But look at what is happening in Kaduna. Under El Rufai. Under El Rufai. More than 10 million people were displaced from Kaduna State, only in Kaduna State. The only people that were still living in their homes in Kaduna State were the foreigners, those who came to do business in the city, in the Kaduna city. In the city of Kaduna, every other person in the Kaduna village, especially in southern Kaduna, all the people in southern Kaduna are all chased away from their ancestral homes. All of them. And Nigeria is breathing. When he said breathing, he's talking about Nigeria there. Not bleeding. Nigeria is breathing there. Fine. Very, very hell and hearty. Breathing. That's why he said we cannot allow Nigeria to breathe in Biafra territory. That is the only way to maintain peace and security. Because all over the zoo, all the places, the zoo is breathing. Security, those they call them security, but they are terrorists. Zoo army is intact in those places. Zoo police is intact in those places. They are breathing there. Very, very hell and hearty. But look at the security situations in those areas, because Nigeria is breathing there. What does that show you? It shows you that the root cause of the insecurity and terrorism in those places is actually the Nigeria security forces. Very simple. Very, very simple. Because Nigeria is breathing in those places. Did you get that? Odoluganya, are you getting the point? Are you getting the point? Now, let me show you another video from the Prime Minister, and then we'll start
2024.
We'll start seeing other videos, because I have a lot of videos. Even though I'm not going to show all of it, we are going to continue by tomorrow. Now, let me show you other video from the Prime Minister before we move into another video.
Good afternoon, fellow Biafrans. Today is the 11th day of November 2024. And entire Biafra land is under lock and key in compliance with the Biafra government directive. I want you to understand, it is only in Biafra land that people are not running away from their ancestral land in the entire Nigeria.
Exactly.
In Yoruba land, people are fleeing the ancestral land. In the northeast, northwest, middle belt, people are fleeing from the ancestral land. It is only in Biafra land, and the government of Biafra made it possible.
Yes.
But you know what? They would like you to believe that Simon Ekpa is the cause of insecurity. No. I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out of the way, which is not possible.
They can never try. They can't succeed.
Which
They can never succeed. We are here. We are here. You don't have any problem. You don't have any problem. Mazi Simon Ekpa. I'm happy that you are not even coming every day again to broadcast, to defend yourself. No, don't worry. Don't worry. In as much as you are secured in your, residence, in your residential place in Finland, you in person, you are secure. Forget, is there any other thing? Forget any, or is it media war? Are they more grounded than us? Do they have better platforms than us? Do they have better platforms than us? How many of them will come on live and they have 1,000 something people listening to them live? How many of them? Don't worry. We control the media. I'm not hiding my mouth to say it. I said, we control the media. We control the media. The Biafra, I want to be specific because there are a lot of people claiming to be Biafrans now on social media, many of them. The Biafra Republic Government in Exile media platforms control the media. I want to be specific. If you are angry, I'm sure there must be either there is transformer around you. If you're living in abroad and there is no transformer, because I believe that in Europe you don't see transformer physically the way it is in the zoo. If there is no transformer, there must be long trailer that is on the way now as I'm talking now. Go and stand on his front. I have no any apology to any idiot. We control the media. Both on TikTok, tell me anywhere where you will go on those media platforms, they are live within 1 hour. 1,000 something people watching and listening to them. Nobody, you can't beat that. It's only happening under the Biafra government media platforms. Only, I say only. Only. When I tell you only. If there's any other one, write their name, both on Facebook or you. I'm even talking about YouTube. Because even Facebook is easier to get followers than YouTube. Do you know what it takes to get one subscriber on YouTube? Still on that Facebook, they can't achieve it. It is only happening under Biafra government. So you don't have problem, my Prime Minister. Don't worry yourself. The only thing I want is that you in person to make sure that wherever you are in person that you are safe. Any other thing about forget is here. Our men on ground are doing the job, the right job, the real job they are doing it. Exactly what you ask them to do, they are doing it. We on media, we are gallant. We are extremely and extraordinarily gallant on media. They go nowhere. They go nowhere. They go nowhere. Don't worry yourself. Continue whatever you are doing. No, the same way we are supporting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The same way, I said the same way. We did not minus any even 1/4. The same way we support Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the same way we are supporting you. The same way. We did not minus anything. The same way, the same love we show to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the same love we are showing to you. Because of what? We need freedom. We don't want to be like Benue people. We are not mocking them, but let the truth be told. We don't want to be like Kaduna people. We are not mocking them, but let the truth be told. We don't want to be like Zamfara people. We don't want to be like Bruno people. We want to be free. We don't want to go into IDP. How will he sound, or how will it sound that the children of light are living in IDP camp? That's what. My mother, do you know how old my mother is? Do you know how old my mother is? Ema for nemde. Ana agwage na mamu chukwekweli fojo alo sokwendilo alo sondilo. Ana agwabuzi na mamu moromamu nozi na IDP camp na akwa ochicha. God forbid. Holy Ghost fire. Holy Ghost fire. Chukwu mama nkwe fojo. Do you know what it means? Do you know how? Ana agwage no di na nwe na anu oni na mba ụwa niile na mmanya bi na IDP camp. It is the greatest evil in the world. This is evil. Did you see the video that I played in the first place? Did you see those old women? Don't you know that they have grown-up children like me? Maybe some of the children have fled to Lagos. Some of them have fled to Abuja, where there is a relatively security. Security not by the zoo. Security by individuals. Eh? Security by individuals, not by security agents. And now, when they are talking, when they are having conversation with you in Lagos or Abuja, you think you are discussing with your fellow human being. You don't know that this person you are discussing with, his own mother, his biological mother in the village, in Kaduna, or in Bruno, in Zamfara, in Yobe, in Katsina, in Benue, is living in IDP camp. You won't know because he's not going to tell you. He will not tell you. How will you know? Na monegila na-ekwu bi na IDP. Because Nigeria sent her and her entire household to IDP camp. So we will support you the same way, the same 100% love we show to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is what we are showing to you. And that one we show to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that love we have for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, nothing do that law, nothing happened to that law. We did not transfer the, no, this is the mistake people are making. You see, this is the mistake people are making. We did not transfer the love from the love we have for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to Prime Minister. No. This is the problem here. And I believe there are some idiots who are listening to the Sabo DOS. Some of them do not even understand what I want to say now. We have never transferred the love we have for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to Mazi Simon Ekpa. You hear me and hear me very loud and clear. No this and no peace. We did not transfer the love that we have, not we had, the love that we have for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to Mazi Simon Ekpa. No, there is absolutely nothing like that. The entire Biafra still love Mazi Nnamdi Kanu 100%. The respect, the love, the trust, and everything. Still 100% intact. And he has never lost his status as the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, not the DOS criminal gang of IPOB. No. The original indigenous people of Biafra, which all of us are included, including the Prime Minister himself. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remains the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. So there's we did not tamper with the love. And let me also say it loud and clear that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still at the forefront of the battle for Biafra restoration, Biafra freedom. He's still fighting. He is still, because the day Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will retire or resign from fighting for Biafra, that same day he will be released. Obinyelu faka na akwụkwọ, Obinyelu Fulani aka na akwụkwọ, Tinubu arapụ ya immediately, ọkụ ozugbo arapụ ya nye soldiers ya guide ya. Arapụ ya nye soldiers, compensate ya in a huge way. More than the compensation Owazurike got. More than the compensation given to Owazurike. So anybody thinking that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is no longer fighting for Biafra, you are making a great mistake. He is still at the forefront of this battle because he is serving, he is being incarcerated for our sake, for this same freedom that we all outside are fighting. So we did not touch his love, we did not touch his respect, we did not touch his trust. Everything is still intact as long as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is concerned. But let me tell you the truth, if you don't know it today. When Nelson Mandela was imprisoned for 27 years, there were people outside leading the struggle. That does not mean that Nelson Mandela was no longer fighting for the freedom of South Africa. Go and make research. There were people like Thabo Mbeki. He was also a freedom fighter. They were at the forefront of the freedom fighting. Thabo Mbeki was there. There were people like Jacob Zuma. These men fought. They led the armed struggle the same way Prime Minister Mazi Samunepa is leading the armed struggle today. These men are mentioning their names, led the armed struggle that brought the freedom of South Africa from apartheid. Many of you do not know because you don't have time to research. Not that you don't, not that you are illiterate, not that you are deaf, not that you are dumb, but you don't have time to research. You don't have time to research. Many of you even have time to research, but it's not your thing. It's not your thing. And I won't blame you. That's why you are here. And when I do that job, I'll come and tell you. And I'm happy that you listen to me. I am very, very happy that you are here listening to me. Are you getting me? So there were people at the front of the battle. When Nelson Mandela was in prison, they were there leading the struggle. These men are still alive till today. And they are well cherished and respected in South Africa. Go and ask them. Go and make your own research. But the love of Nelson Mandela was not changed. Even when these men were leading the struggle, it's the same thing happening today in Biafra. The love for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, nothing touch him. Nothing, not even a pin, not even. That's why anytime he come to court and speak, everywhere deluge. Everywhere deluge. When he smiles, you see all Biafrans smiling. Even though you don't know why he's smiling, you see Biafrans smile. Just to see that smile on his face, you see all Biafrans, both on media and those who are there live, you see them smiling. When he speaks, everywhere deluge. Because we never touch the love we have for him. We did not transfer that love to Mazi Samunepa. His own love, 100%, is completely separate and for him alone. But we are showing him, and we will continue to show him the same kind of love, the same 100% love we are showing for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You understand? That is how it is. So don't worry yourself. Don't worry. Don't even bother yourself. Do what you are doing. Continue what you are doing. We are here for you.
They can get to you is by kicking me out of the way, which is not possible. I have come. After I'm done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what I'm doing today in 5 years to come. Thank you.
Good. Very, very, very fantastic. Now, let me show you something very, very important before opening the line. Remember the title which said, the mouth that spoke bad is now speaking good. Remember that? That is the beginning of the title. So let us now go into that word now. The mouth that spoke bad has beginning to speak good. After showing you this one, I will then open the line so that people can, of course, call in and make their contribution. Now, first of all, let us see this one. I have other videos, but let us first of all see this one. I'm sure those of you who are following Prime Minister on his X handle must have come across, of course, this very video. So let us watch this one, before we go into another one. Onyenka. Remember the song I played lastly before we began. Sabotu asinine asingi wepa kenwe nofe maka na ọghọkwa n'aka mmadụ ọ na-afụjukwala anya lekwa mmiri ruru eru ka ọ ga-esi maka so na ruo ọ ga-adị ka violent end time is coming. Ndị Igbo tụrụ ilu sị agwa manti anụrọ ebuli isi ya na ntị esoro jile gị ego makwa eze gị ọnụ. Asị gị jili ụtụtụ wee chụbụ ewu ojii maka na ifi na chi jie. Ọ ya adịkwa gị very difficult inweta ya. Chi jie, chi nwa jie, you can never catch that black goat again. So ji ụtụtụ wee chụba ya. And they say till the next day. Oh yeah, gami inside the bush to the extent you can never see it again. Ketana anya fe bidogo na emepe. I want you to listen to this Oluku. Let us hear him. Don't worry, I called you Oluku. Don't worry yourself. But continue with the way you are going. We must not bring you into Biafra government, no. We must not bring you in because once a sabo, we cannot. I'm not saying once a sabo is always a sabo, no. But once a sabo may not be trusted again. So, but just continue on your own. Continue doing what you have started. Continue. Even though we don't bring you in, just continue. It's a piece of advice to him. Just continue. Just come out clear. Come out clear. Chinasa Nworu cannot do anything to you, even though he knows your family. He can't do anything. He can't continue killing our people every time. He can't. And I feel that need to go, sincere. We are not going to bring you in, no. But the government of Biafra will protect your family from Chinasa Nworu because I know what they do. I know exactly what they do.
But every but all the same thing with autopilot. All the same thing with him. Imagine now the kind of wife and I got one. Yeah, I put on one. Yeah, I got one. I call Anya autopilot. They call you. Okay, lawyer did the case. Hey, we're blackmailing, as we are told, and what?
As we are told. I love that one. When I heard it, I laughed. He said, hey, we're blackmailing as we were told. So no, if you see, I want you to reason with me. As you are listening now, reason with me. He said, the lawyer that was handling the case, fair well go blackmailing as we were told. That means if any although we have been saying it, but many people did not understand or even believe. But now they are telling you. He said, Fair welugo blackmailing as we were told. That means all the things these people have been doing since 2021 till today are all told to them by those that they call their leaders. Chike Dozie, Chinasa Nwuru, and all of them, including our former, the one that they say he's the one that controls media for DOS West African Limited. Listen, you see, as I did here, Mazi Simon Ekpa has never for one day, I said for one day, either called me on phone or texted me, sent me a message and tell me what to say. He has never done it before. He has never done it before. I'm using myself as an example. Mazi Simon Ekpa, who is the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic government in exile, has never for one day, he has never for one day called me on phone or sent me message, say Biafra Unite, I want you to say, to push something like this. I want you to go to the media and say something like this. He has never done it, and he's not doing it anytime, even in future. He can't. He can't do that. Because if he knows that if he tries that, that will amount in, first of all, it will amount infringement of my right or as a media personality. That will also amount on influencing my speech or what I want to say. That means I have compromised. It means compromise. So he doesn't have to tell me what to say. I am following the truth. I am following the light. I am following the freedom of Biafra, which I am involved. So I see things the way they happen, and I am privileged where I am, based on where I am. I see more and better. So let me tell you, he has never for one day called me on phone or sent me a message and tell me what to say on media. Never. He has never tried it before. He has never done it before. But these idiots, Chike Dozie, Chinasa Nwuru and Ofoma, they send them message, call them on phone and tell them exactly what they want them to go and say on media. That is the reason why today, after 4 years, they are still gossiping about Simon Ekpa, in Finland. Criminal of in Finland. Where is he from? Kedonye Bobo, that thing in Finland, this and that, causing criminality, bring him Nigerian army, this and that. Till today, after 4 years. Imagine, because some people are somewhere telling them what to say. People are somewhere directing them, instructing them on what to say on media. They are not saying it with their own, strength, idea, or knowledge. Those same people who are instructing them are the people taking care of their well-being, paying them salaries. You understand now? So this one they call Dapugo, or Dapugo no Kukwefa, or the Kanya. Oh, we call Ruechino, because of course, oh yes, among the people listening. Oh, we call Ruechina, boy, and I phone see Fugi, have you seen what you cost? Have you seen what you cost? They will call him on phone. A boy, I say, have you seen what you cost? That boy now, that idiot now, that boy is calling you on phone now. Sorry, that boy now is talking about you. Do you see? Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if you see another video from him going back again. That in Finland. That that this, that. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. If you see anything like that tomorrow, do not be surprised. But at least a foundation has been laid. No gwago wani at least help go me the PM help post to his X account. I'm helping him now to make it go more viral. So because nobody listens to them, so I'm helping him now to make it go more viral. at least a foundation has been laid. No be fagwalofakuo. Boy, again, let us listen.
Blackmailing. As we are told, though.
As we were told, though. Let me take it back a little bit so those of you who are just joining now will understand.
Anya, autopilot if they call you. Get lawyer did the case. Hey, we're blackmailing. As we are told, though, and what we are seeing. Part one down lose this year. But when you sign and say that, who will take you over? When you sign it, whether not confused, we are confused, oh, not confused, we are or signing it. And again, more signing that thing. Oh, at least, so yeah, I got more than 4 times, if I'm not mistaken. That person, when he keeps looking, we call on their back. Or let us find other people. Now, all one day, you could the same thing. You put up every day. No, game man, you not come. Man, all the same. All you do that came out with the thing.
He is telling his fellow irats, they call themselves iPod media warrior, irats, that whenever you talk against Barrister Aloy Ejimako, whenever you talk against Mazi Samanekpa, because Barrister Aloy Ejimako, who is currently the lead counsel to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the news was made public sometime in the past. I myself broadcasted it when Karo White was sacked. I told the entire Biafrans that it is now, it has fallen on Barrister Aloy Ejimako. I told all of us. So the news is there. It's no longer a new thing. And I also let you know when the Prime Minister tweeted that the new legal team, that Biafra Republic government in exile is now in charge, has taken charge, and will oversee the affairs of the new legal team of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. How many of you, I want to see your comment in the comment section. How many of you are aware of what I'm saying? How many of you, when the Prime Minister tweeted, I recorded the news when the Prime Minister tweeted it, that the Biafra government has taken charge of the new Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's legal team. How many of you are aware of what I'm saying? Because I recorded it. Those of you who are following us who know what I'm saying. I recorded that news. Yes, that the Biafra Republic government in exile under the Prime Minister, His Excellency Mazi Samanekpa, has taken charge. It was in the public. That's why I also recorded it, because it was in the public also. That the BLGIE has taken charge of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's new legal team. And Barrister Aloy Ejimako did not come to debunk that very tweet. Because that tweet went so viral. I recorded it. And that record went viral as well. So, Barrister Aloy Ejimako did not debunk it. There was no any history or record that Barrister Aloy Ejimako debunked that very tweet. Now, when that criminal, that Ubuaro Barana Benjamin Madubug, was going to the court, was allowed to go to court, he went there trying to put Mazi Nnamdi Kanu word into his mouth. Nachitia Mazi Nnamdi Kanu kunono, mentioning the name of Mazi Samanekpa. Barrister Aloy Ejimako chased him out of the courtroom. We also saw another video. We saw another video of that same criminal outside the courtroom when some group of people were interviewing one of the lawyers. The idiot jumped into the camera and started talking about Samanekpa. They pushed him away. I'm now talking about outside the court. It's no longer inside the court. After Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had left, the idiot went and jumped inside the camera where one lawyer was granting interview. and they pushed him like a onyo riobo from that very camera. They pushed him away. So now, when he say, this Yokoko here said that you are still coming out to castigate the same lawyers who are currently piloting the affairs of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's, Lego team, or whichever way, that while Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has never for one day talked about sacking them, that don't you know you are insulting the leader? And this same Lego team, according to the information we have from beginning, is being taken charge and care of by the Biafra government. So therefore, he's talking about Simon Ekpa as well. You understand? So I want to encourage him to continue. I did not come here to shame you. No, I did not bring this video to shame you. No, but it's among the title of this live broadcast. No nukulunjo ekubego mma. It did not end here. We have more videos.
Lock your mouth. Or let us find other people. Now, one day you do the same thing. If put up every day, no one game man, the man all the same. All you do that came out with the thing. Lock your mouth.
Oh, say it go. I was a mechaloboka. Finally. As the 2nd December draws near, people are beginning to speak the truth. People are beginning now to speak the truth. I want us to see another video of Onukulunjo nozine ekuma nke azua. Onukulunjo nozine ekuma nke azua. And this one is loud. This very one is very, very loud. After watching and listening, and analyzing this one, I will open the camera. I want every one of you to pay very, very, very good attention, because and the reason why I have to play this is because, the reason why I have to play this is because this one is coming from unbelievable source. That is number one. Number two, the current saga, the current online saga, which is going on now, currently now, it is unbelievable that this kind of statement should be coming from this person. Now, without further ado, let us watch and listen to him.
Prevent the people, allowing Nnamdi Kanu to come out. Probably because of one man, hundreds of people will be killed every day. Allow him to come out. It's as simple as that. The lives of these people are more precious, more important than keeping Nnamdi Kanu in the prison. You do not have the power, the strength, the wherewithal to provide security for the people. You are not talking of property. You are not talking of, you don't have. It's as simple as that.
Now, this is not about Asare Dokobo, because we have already made a broadcast about this video he spoke, and we have analyzed this. So let us listen. This is the first time in history this man called Wounded Civilian is appearing on our platform. And this is first time in history that I'm personally talking about him, because he did something that nobody believed or thought he would do. Courtesy of the activities of the Biafra Republic government in exile led by Mazi Simon Ekpa. courtesy of his job and activities towards the restoration of Biafra. Pay attention, my people. You must have seen it, but we have come here to analyze it.
My country people, today I want to tell you something I know, or something you need to know. This is not about who you love or who you like. It's about the country. It's about humanity. We are the players now. We are the one who talk about what is happening in the world. We talk about what is happening in our country. Maybe 15, 20 years from now, maybe the younger generation, people that are in their 15 now, 16, 20, 15, 20 years to come, maybe they are the one who will be doing what we are doing now. Then by then we will just be, watching them. So whatever you say or do now, that is what they are going to use to judge you in future. If you are the one who always clap for the people in government and you are benefiting nothing, they will also remind you, oh God, this is what you were doing. But if you are the one, when you see the truth, you say it. When you see people doing something that is wrong, you let them know. People might not understand now, but they will understand the future. They will begin to study whatever we will do now. The coming generation, the next generation will come and be studying our videos, our messages, and know who is for the truth and who is fooling themselves. And Asare Dokubo is telling our military that you keep Nnamdi Kanu in prison, waiting trial for over 3 years. And people are dying. Insecurity in the southeast. They are kidnapping. They are killing themselves. Group of criminals who claim they are IPOB or IPOB themselves. Samelepa boys doing whatever they like, enforcing it at home, telling the people when to come out, when not to come out. And we have a government.
Yes, we have a government. You are very, very right. But this, your right, did not come from the right source. Because you said southeast, but you talked about Biafra land, the hinterland of Biafra. Therefore, you are talking about Biafra land. So in that same place you are talking about, we have a government. Yes, we have. But the difference there is that the government you say you have is not the government that is in charge of that same place. That is the difference. And this is something that is very, very difficult for all of you to understand. And you call them Samonepa boys. They are not Samonepa boys. They are the Biafra Liberation Army. And you said they are buying themselves. No, they are not buying themselves, but they are eradicating the terrorists under your own government who have come here to massacre innocent people and terrorize our women and children. So those people you call Samonepa boys are the Biafra Army under the Biafra government. So we have a government, but not that one you have in your mind. Continue, my brother. I'm talking again, my brother, today.
Government who make only noise. So the man is saying here, you kept Nnamdi Kanu in prison for 2 years. If you have no evidence against him, let him go. If you cannot solve the problem in the southeast, let him go. Maybe Nnamdi Kanu is the one that can solve it, because he created the insecurity there in the first place. A reasonable government, when you arrest Nnamdi Kanu, you said he's going to face the law because of what he did. Then you will be able to safeguard the southeast. If you cannot safeguard the southeast, then what is the use of keeping Nnamdi Kanu in prison? What Asai Dokubo is saying now is what I said a month ago or 2 months ago. Did I lie? Because the thing is getting frustrating. A government.
Bam. Again, you said to go. Okugoya. O mesri kuo ifa anwa. Okukpola ya. Okugo the reason why we are fighting. Okugoya. Hey. Kulo dan ikuku more ikuku chukukulo kulo. Now, let us begin. I watch videos and listen to videos differently. Not the same way every other person. I don't come to one, but if na gwa gị bụ eziokwu nke na ka na-akọrọ mmiri. Listen, this very man, in fact, today I will give you your flowers. I have not come here to insult you. You are not my friend. You are not even my brother. But today, I did not come here to insult you. I have come here to give you your flowers. Anyone you said that is not right, that you make a mistake, I will correct you. But no insult, no castigation. In fact, I have come to applaud you. Now, from beginning, my people, I told you that any Biafran man or Igbo man especially who visit any of these Ilibinu or Yoruba platforms on TikTok or Twitter where they are castigating Igbo people. You think they are castigating Igbo people? No, they are not castigating Igbo people. They are mourning. How many of you heard when I said it? How many of you? I want you to indicate in the comment section. Did you hear when I say? Because that word is very, very deep. I have come across some of these TikTok ranters and banters who are talking about Igbo people, and I see some Efule Efundi Igbo going there to address them, and they will shut them up, they will insult them, they will even use series of stupid questions to, shut his mouth. This one will ask you one idiotic question, another one will ask you idiotic question, another will ask another idiotic question. You will not know the one to answer, and then they will shut you down, they will remove you. And once they remove you, they begin to laugh at you. This is what they do. So how many of you heard me when I said it? Stop going there. They are not insulting you. They are not castigating you. They are mourning. They are mourning because Yorubas, Middle Belters, including the Ilibinus, I count them as Middle Belt people. They are Middle Belters. They are Yorubas across in the other side of Yoruba land, which is Bini, and then Middle Belt also. So they are Middle Beltans because they share the same border with Kogi and the Benue, including Yoruba. So they are Yoruba and Middle Beltans. So they are more in Zoo terrorist army. They are brothers and sisters, they are friends and well-wishers. They are not well-wishers. They are friends and their relatives are more in Nigeria military. So they are getting the news, they are getting discourse, they are getting the update. Whenever you see them on TikTok or Twitter, they are not insulting Igbos, they are mourning because they know what Biafra Liberation Army is doing to them. So I told you they are mourning. That is number one. And number two, another reason, I was on TikTok, one of the TikTok accounts few days ago. I had a lot of people, discussing, talking against talking against Biafra restoration, talking against the Biafra redeclaration on December 2nd. A lot of them, they were bringing all sorts of unfounded allegations and all that. I came there. I said, I want to debate. I mentioned two persons. I said, I want to debate them. And then we started debating because I love debate. I love debate. It's one of my, my strong, strength. It's one of my strengths. Debate. Because I can't just debate you, I'll ask you questions. My brother, if I ask you, with your education, with your knowledge and everything, joke. Imagine from beginning. I don't just ask you questions based on what you're saying immediately. My question will start from beginning. From the current I can say debate. By the time I'm done with you, you will no longer speak again. You will no longer speak again. That is who I am. So when I came to that TikTok account, I began to debate two persons there. My brothers and sisters, I don't know if any of you here was on that TikTok platform when I was speaking. At the end of that debate, those two people that I wanted to debate, one of them, Junwayo Jeje, after the debate, Junwayo Nariye. The other one, they're very happy. Thank you, Nenia. Because the more you answer that question, if you are able to answer it, meaning Nanjoge light question, if you are able to answer it, that means you have already responded to yourself. You have responded to yourself. If you cannot answer it, or believe you fella. Now, I said on that account that one of the main reasons, one of the most important, not one of the most, one of the importance of guerrilla warfare or target, one of the targets of guerrilla warfare is to demoralize the opposing, military forces, for them to pack away, to run away from your land. Is one of the targets in guerrilla warfare. To demoralize them, the ones that survive, you demoralize them. They will no longer have the energy, the strength, the courage to fight again. You demoralize them. It's one of the weapons in guerrilla warfare. So, I said it. I told them. And this man now, called Wounded Civilian, has also said something very, very similar and important to what I said, to what I'm talking about. Listen to him again.
Did I lie? Because the thing is getting frustrating.
Did you hear that? Because the thing is getting frustrated. This is where I'm coming. This is where I'm coming. He said, because the thing is getting frustrated. He is not the only one. Listen to Gekwante. An individual, a civilian, not because of his name. A civil. I want you to reason, my people. I want you to pay attention. A civilian is the one telling the world that what we are doing is getting frustrated. And he's a one Nigerianist. Now, have you thought about the situation of those that call themselves Nigeria soldiers in Biafra land? I want you to pay attention. Follow, just follow. Because I'm everybody will uche. A bloody civilian. Now, Marife Otwesa Koku AK-47. And not just that, he is living abroad. Onya bino obodo yibo. Or not quite here. Onya bi obodo yibo. He is the one telling you that what Biafra army is doing, what Biafra government is doing, what Mazi Samanepa is doing, what we are doing is frustrating them. And onokwa na army o. Ojirokwa AK-47. Onwekwa ife but he is frustrated. Now, Jukeno Wegindi anwa abuzi egbe anwa no yiri kake na bani. How are they feeling? So I agwa gị that na ị na-enwere nwa ya obere oge. Iche na ọ bụ njakịrị ka a na-ama. Ị na-ege ndị idiots okporo onwe fa ndị DOS, structure defenders, apụta na-akọ ogologo akọ na-ekwufieli. Iche na mmadụ na-ekwu okwu. Nezia outsiders are telling you that they are fed up. Asari Dokobo, the president of Asawana terrorist organization, is the one telling you, these are people that celebrated when they had the news that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been kidnapped and renditioned to Nigeria. They celebrated it in the public. including this man talking now. I'm not going to call him idiot. I cannot call him any derogatory names because onukulu njo ekubego mma nke azua. Ogini neme. Ogini. Onukulu njo ekubego mma nke azua. So I cannot insult him. I can't. He's getting frustrated. What about those in uniform? Ogene. Hey, Ogene. Onye follow Simon I told you, no wabundi enwe opportunity got this convention. I swear, if I don't see even one single Biafran that will give the Prime Minister a solid and expensive wine on my behalf, then I won't believe Nandi Biafrans from Nanya. I won't believe it. I want at least one person. It will give me the biggest joy. I'm a man, no, I won't be there. I know, because I have no opportunity to be there. I don't have the documents to be there. I know, based on my location. So, but I'm saying that those of you who are listening to me, who will be there, whether 5 persons, 10 people, 20 people, 1 person, at least 1 person, I want somebody to buy a very solid and expensive wine, wrap it well. When you get to that convention, squeeze your way in. I know it's not going to be easy to get to the Prime Minister, but find a way to get to him. Even though the bouncers are holding, tell them you want to gift him from Biafra Unite. Once you mention that name, from Biafra Unite, once he hears it, he will say, leave him or her. Go and give him that drink. Buy on aka. Why that nadmanya? You are giving him this drink on behalf of Biafra Unite. Make sure the video covers it, so that when I see it, I will owe you for life. I will pay you for life. I'm telling you, anytime I see you, I will continue to pay you back with goodies, because Biafra is coming. He said they are now frustrated.
A government, a failed government. A failed government. Let me play you another video.
Simon Eber is in charge in the southeast. Simon Eber determines what happens in the southeast. If you are yet to surrender, me, I have surrendered. I have given it up to Simon Eber. He is in charge. All these mumu where they walk up and down, where they call themselves governors of the southeast, they are not in charge. All those charlatans where they call themselves governors, they are not in charge. There is no point deceiving myself. I have surrendered to Simon Eber fully. He is in charge. He is the leader of the southeast. He determines what happens in the southeast. Whatever he says stands. Look at what Soludo did. The other day he went to the market and started embarrassing himself that he has ended Monday sit at home. Today what happened? The southeast witnessed the craziest, that is the most strict sit at home I've ever witnessed in my life. I'm in the east, I'm in Igbo land, and I'm telling you, Simon Eber is in charge. I can even argue that the federal government have given it up. They've surrendered. Just that they don't want to admit it publicly, that the pro-Biafran forces are the ones in charge in Igbo land. I concur with Asari Dokubo 100%. There is no point keeping Nnamdi Kanu in detention if the federal government cannot protect the lives and properties of the people of the southeast. Did you see what happened in Igbo, Oka South? Did you see what happened in Imo State? Did you see what happened in Enugu State? Enugu Port Harcourt Expressway. Did you see what happened there? Nigerian government is not in charge in the southeast. Let us not deceive ourselves. Nigerian government is not in charge in the southeast. The people in charge in the southeast are pro-Biafran forces. If you want to do something in the southeast and you are looking for the authentic authority to discuss with, it is better for you to find a way and discuss with Simon Ekpa. He is the leader of the Southeast. He is the one in charge of the Southeast. Nobody they breathe. First come, first collect. Nobody they breathe. Me too, I don't see believe. The recognized power and authority in the Southeast is Simon Ekpa, as it stands today. When you discuss with any Southeastern governor or all these Ohanes and Debo, you are doing that to your own detriment. The sit at home, Monday, Tuesday sit at home is the highest I've ever seen. And it is happening at a time when Governor Soludo is declaring that he has ended Monday sit at home. And this is happening. Nigerian federal government, you cannot protect lives and properties of the people in the Southeast, and you are still holding them down the canal. For how long will this continue? It is unfortunate.
This government or
Now, this very video is still remaining like 5 minutes, and I'm going to open the line right now for Biafrans to call in and make their contribution, which the link has been shared in the comment section. And there's one comment here from Peace. Says, Biafra Unite, you should be careful how you tell people to go and give our Biafran Prime Minister wine because our enemies are very bad. They can use that wine to get our Prime Minister. You're very funny. You are very, very funny. Please, right now, I'm not picking calls on WhatsApp. The link is there in the comment section. Click the link and join me in the studio. I am not picking calls on WhatsApp right now, please. Peace, whether Mazi or Madam Peace, you are very funny. You are not bad. You are not stupid. You are not ignorant. You are funny. Why I said you are funny is this. It left for the Prime Minister to decide whether to drink the wine or not. It left for him. When the wine is given to him, he's not coming to drink it on the camera. He's not coming to show you how he is drinking the wine. It left for him to decide whether to drink the wine or not. He might not even be the one to collect the wine. One of the bansers or, one of the Kifanapo, the coordinators, Kifanaponda, no one like church water, what is kind of for church water. Kifanapondia, one of them could be the one to collect the wine. He will instruct one of them to pick up the wine. He must not be the one to collect it directly from whosoever that is giving it to him. And it's left for him to decide whatever his spirit tells him, whether to drink the wine or not. So you are talking to somebody. Do you think that somebody is doing what the Prime Minister is doing and he's carnally minded? Do you think so? Even me as I am, do you think I'm carnally minded? You think that Simon Ekpa is carnally minded? Do you think so? No, he's not. He's a man filled with spirit. Are you getting me? He's the man filled with spirit. So whatever his spirit tells him to do with the wine, he does. And his spirit will not tell him to do something that will harm him. You understand? So on I cannot come and start asking him, did you drink the wine? How? So I want to make my own record. I want to see a Biafran. Osha, thank you, Victor Mboemena. Osha. I want to see a Biafran that love what I'm doing, giving the Prime Minister wine on my behalf to show appreciation to him. And as I'm speaking, he's hearing what I'm saying. He knows that I have made this call already. He knows. You understand what I'm saying? So he knows. So I want to see a Biafran that loves what I'm doing, that wants to be the one to make that history, to give him that wine on my behalf, because I love what he's doing. I want to appreciate him. If I was going to be there, I would give him by myself. You understand? So forget, is there any other thing more? You are not more, I'm not sure you are more spiritually inclined than Prime Minister. So relax. That's why I say you are not stupid, you are not idiot, you are very funny. You are just funny. And I appreciate your, your concern. I appreciate it so, so much. Thank you. Thank you, my dear brother or sister. Peace. God bless you. So the link is there in the comment section. Please, those of you who want to make comment or those of you who want to debate me, click the link and of course join me live in the studio. I'm going to reserve the other side of this video for another day because there are other things he said that I would like to discuss or I would like to analyze, which time may not permit me to do so. So please, you grab a microphone immediately, with 2 minutes before we call it a day. Rising Sun, please grab the microphone and go on.
Good evening, my big brother.
You're welcome.
Go
ahead.
Okay. Big uncle, God bless you. God bless you. May God strengthen you. May Chiko Bioma Nanyeregi. I'm not onye ozizi cable. Onye ozizi. Na-ekwu okwu onye na-ebịa for debate. Do you think that somebody after listening to you can still summon courage to come for debate? This is my question.
Debate, brother. I want debate, I want to keep records straight. I want to keep the records straight. I want them to come here and debate me. I'm very, 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 very eagerly anticipating that, my brother.
But it's not possible. It's not possible. After listening to you, your analysis, everything, your exposition, and this person still have courage, have the guts to come for debate. He just want to disgrace himself. Which I know that nobody can do that, including the DOS. Nobody.
If I can, they're not the Greek come.
How can they come? That video of that Efrefu you play, just make it clear. He just made it clear. Most of them are deceiving themselves. Most of them are just giving false information to people, brainwashing people. You understand? They know that what they are doing is wrong. They know that they are not in the right track. They know that they have missed it all. But because of shame, pride, and pomposity, to submit or to surrender become problem to them. That is the only problem. Chair, I just want to say something concerning the first video about that displaced people, displaced camp.
Yeah,
you see, African Christianity, for me, God forgive me, I say it's a curse. You see, Christianity in Africa is a curse to Africans. You see, the way most of people that call themselves Christians behave or reasons, sometimes I begin to ask myself, which scripture or which Bible or which book are they reading from as their own Christian book? And which kind of ideology did they adopt in time of Christianity? Now, they said that Christianity originated from Israel, that Israel is God's own people, the apple of God's eyes, that the nation that God have already ordained for themselves. But they refuse to adopt. They refuse to adopt from Israel. Israel have been fighting war right from the genesis of Israel. Israel had never, ever allowed any country to override them. And they are Christians. And this is people holding the covenant of God. But in our own, they will tell you that God will fight for you. When God have created hands, wisdom, and other things to defend yourself, and they will tell you, say, God will fight for you. When you are being displaced, they will continue deceiving themselves that God will fight for you. When your rights have been deprived from you, they will continue deceiving you that God will fight for you. When you have what it takes, God has given you what it takes for you to fight for yourself and defend the name of the Lord. Because the name of the Lord needs to be defended on earth. Except so, the name of the Lord will drag to mud. I don't know why they are preaching. All these so-called preachers are not telling them truth. They preach, only thing they preach to them, how to give offering, how to give tithe, how to sow a seed, how to pray, die. That is, these people are very, very cowards in reasoning and understanding. I don't know why they are like that. Another area I want to point out again is the, in terms of prime minister. You see, what is happening to these people is envy. Like he mentioned many places in the zoo that they allow soldiers to breathe, or they allow Nigeria to breathe, and you see the results. And that is truth. Nigerians hate truth. Nigerians hate truth. They like lies, deceit, bribe. They like where they can get it cheap. And that is why it's lie, deceit, bribe. It's very, they like where they get it cheap.
Sorry, hold on, Rising Sun, hold on.
Okay.
If I bring you to the screen and you unmute yourself again, I will remove you. You must hold on and wait until your turn to speak. Once I mention your name, you unmute and speak. If you unmute yourself again, I will remove you. Go ahead, Maz.
So what I'm trying to say that these people just want everything cheap. In fact, truth is bitter in their own sight. They hate truth. And that is why everybody wants to make it by all means. And that is what is the problem of this country. Look at what is happening in East. Everywhere is being protected, but it's very, very hard for them to say the truth. Can you see any displaced city, or let me say a village in East? You can't see it. But go to Benue State, go to North, even in Yoruba land, even there Akure self, most of them are no longer farming, because I know Akure very well. Always visit Akure. Most of them are not farming. Some of them they went to farm with fear because of herdsmen. But to come out to speak the truth, to tell you that this man is doing well, is very, very hard for them. Sometimes it's envy. They're envying what Prime Minister is doing. I will say here, write down, Prime Minister, write down all the Biafra government in exile. Write down all the media warriors of Biafra. Write down all my people. You are doing it well. You are getting it right. Don't mind what they are saying. You people are getting it right. They praise you in secret. Why they talk rubbish in public? Why they are praising you people in secret? Shame will not allow them. May God bless you, sir. May God bless everyone. Thank you, sir.
God bless you too. Wachineke. Thank you. All right. Peace, grab the microphone and speak to us. After Peace, it will be D Trader. Go ahead, Peace.
Yeah, my brother, good evening.
You're welcome.
Can you hear me clearly? Yes.
Okay, you're welcome. Go ahead, please.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I have been following you since 2017. I have been following you. So I think I'm right.
Go on, my brother.
Yeah, I've been following you a long time. So the reason why I wrote that is that, you know, this young man called our Prime Minister, you know, it's very, very difficult to see somebody like our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, minus Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you know. Mazi Simon Ekpa is the real G, the real man, the real G that we Biafrans have gotten. Because without this very young man, brother, I want to tell you that we Igbos and the rest of Biafrans who are also Igbos, we are gone. I'm telling you, because immediately they captured what they call his name, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. My heart was hitting. I now told someone, I said, no, something have to be done. So immediately they kidnap our leader. Then I now saw your message, both Simon Epa, all of you were saying, we are talking. I became happy following you people. I was following even since the kid. I started following you people. And I told somebody, I said, this guy called Simon Epa is the real man. He said, what do I mean? I said, this guy is the real man, because if you want to get freedom, it's not by, it's not by peace. It's by action and rugged. And this is the kind of guy we are expecting, because some of our Igbos, Biafrans, they are afraid to fight. They are afraid to defend themselves. No, we are meant to defend ourselves. Leave Christianity. Leave Christianity. Christianity is a religion. Now we are in the mission to defend our generation unborn and the one coming as well. So we right now have to defend our nation, and which is called Biafra, because Biafra was already a nation since 1967 to 1970. So what I want to tell you, brother, the reason why I said that you shouldn't give someone wine to give our prime minister, because the way the enemies are looking, they are watching how they are going to make sure they bring our prime minister down. But Chukwu Okike is not going to allow such a thing to happen, because that guy Kyle Simon Aekpa, in fact, before they will get somebody like him, I don't know if it will take 50 years, because right now this is the main man, and is the right guy that is going to make sure our leader, our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, will be out.
Okay.
So the reason why I say that you shouldn't give him that wine, that you should go by yourself, that would be okay, because the enemy have different way to do bad thing. But thank you for accepting. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I don't have to go back again to address that, because I have already addressed it. And I believe with what I said, your fears must have been, reduced. The Prime Minister himself is not a carnally minded individual. He must not be the one to receive the wine himself. In fact, getting to the Prime Minister at the convention is not going to be an easy task. Even though you tell the bodyguard or the security man that the wine is from Biafra Unite, you may not be, not even you may, I'm not sure you will be allowed to reach or to get to the Prime Minister unless he's a cabinet member of Biafra government in exile, who is well known in the struggle, who has heard how I've been shouting and crying for this, and volunteer him or herself to give him the wine. That is the only person that will have the 50% opportunity to get to the Prime Minister himself and give him the wine. You understand? So, but if he's not a cabinet member, and it has to be a prominent cabinet member, not just an ordinary cabinet member, it has to be a prominent cabinet member who can have that opportunity to give him that wine hand to hand. But if not, a normal Biafran who attend the convention may not, or even will not have the opportunity to give the wine direct to the Prime Minister, even though he or she says that this one is coming from Biafra Unite, because, like as you said, and your fear, you don't know who is who, that is number one. So, but once you are able to give it to security person, bodyguard, and they let the Prime Minister know, let them know, let the bodyguard know that this one is coming from Biafra Unite. Of course, they will tell him that somebody wants to give you a gift from Biafra Unite. He will definitely ask them to collect it. You must not give him direct to him. You understand
But
what I mean?
are you sorry, sir.
Hold on. You are talking about a man who is militarily trained. Apart from the spiritual aspect of life, let us talk about the physical aspect of it. You are talking to a man who is militarily trained, who is trained militarily. You understand? So you are not talking about a dump. You are talking about a well-trained individual here who understands many things in life. So that one apart. And then the convention center, the ground itself is highly secured. This is one of the most secured, halls in the entire Finland. You understand what I mean now? Security-wise, it's one of, if not the number one. I think that place is number one in the entire Finland. So it's not a place where you can come with anyhow thing. No, it's not a place like that. So relax, my brother. Thank you. The Prime Minister himself is more security conscious than you. Thank you, my brother. God bless you.
Thank you.
All right. The trader, grab the microphone and speak to us.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. First of all, let me say good evening to you, and I appreciate you. God bless you. I've just come new to this movement. I've just recently heard of the movement. I'm not against you people. Let me just state that I'm not against Biafra or the movement.
Sorry, can you be more audible so we can hear you, please?
Can you hear me? Is it clear?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm not against the movement. I'm not against Biafra, nothing like that. I support Igbo people. I'm an Igbo person after all. I'm an Igbo man after all. So my question is, but from a business perspective, the last time that this independence thing was attempted, they used tactics to win us. They bled us out by economy. Vital entry points, they stopped it. Food could not get to people. Resources could not get to people. Medicine could not get to people. So my question is, if this thing happens now, this independence happens, and of course, Nigeria, they're not going to be happy with it, so they will try and retaliate. Now, if they retaliate, do we have the resources to be able to fight it? Do we have the resources to be able to sustain on ourselves? Do we have the money? Someone told me that they have investments, outside investments, this, that, in the comments. I said, okay, but the investments need to be shown now. Do we have good doctors, healthcare that can aid our military men, the footmen? Because people will be injured. Do we have good doctors, good equipment, medicine to aid the people? Do we have enough food to go around for everybody? If they ration food, if they short it, if they stop entry points, do we have all of this? Can we, do we have all of these points? So this is my question, and I'm not from the north. I'm seeing comments from the north. I'm a very Igbo man. I'm a very, very Igbo man. How you know I'm Igbo?
Don't worry about the comment. Go ahead. Have you just make your submission and ask your questions?
Yeah. So I just want to let us know that. So if we're going to do this here, we have to do it properly, because we cannot allow any space for defeat. If you allow space for this will be
no. Don't advise us first. Just ask your question.
Okay. So that my question is: do you have all of this in process? Because if you don't have this in process and people go hungry, they'll give up, and then a coup will happen, and then Nigeria will just be going again and again.
No, don't worry. I just told you something. Don't advise or just ask me those your important and disturbing questions.
Okay, sir.
So which you have asked, right? You have asked, right?
I've
okay,
asked.
Fine. If I could recall, you talked about the blockade that happened during the 1967 to 1970, isn't it? You talked about that, and then you asked, do we have money to fund our military? And then do we have resources, right? So first of all, before I will come to the food scarcity and the blockade, because I'm going to answer that. First of all, you'd ask, do we have money? Are you a student, or you are working, or you're a business person? You personally?
I'm a business person. I'm a businessman.
You're a business person. Very good and fine. Okay. And you are an Igbo man, as you said, right?
I'm an Igbo man. I'm an Igbo man. I'm abroad. Igbo man. Yes.
Very good and fine. Are you in the zoo, or you are in abroad?
I'm abroad. I'm in the UK right now.
Oh, you are in UK. Very, very fantastic. UK is one of the best countries in Europe. Fine. So meaning you are a business person, you are doing business in UK, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm doing business.
And you are an Igbo man, isn't it?
Yes, sir, I'm an Igbo
and
man.
Every Igbo man, whether you believe it or not, every Igbo man is a Biafran man. Whether you are
100%, I believe. Yes.
Very fantastic. Very fantastic. So I want to ask you the first question. When did you just said that you are new to Biafra issue, and but when did you begin to hear about the clamor for Biafra, not the 1967 to 1970 war, this current movement for Biafra independence? When did you begin to hear? Not when you joined or when you get interested. When did you begin to hear about it?
2015, 2016.
Very good and fine. Fantastic. 2015 is approximately 9 years now. So since then till now, and you say you are Igbo man, you are Biafran, and you love freedom because you are living in UK. UK is a free land, is a free nation. So and you left from Nigeria, meaning that you know how people are living in bondage in Nigeria. So have you contributed a dime or any amount of money to fund and support the liberation movement since 2015 till now, approximately 9 years? Have you ever contributed any money to support it?
Okay, now I understand the question. 2015 was when I first heard about it, like the question you asked me. When I became more interested was after that, which was around last year to this year. That's when I became very, very much more interested.
Very good and fine. Very good and fine. Last year was 2023, and this year is 2024. And as we are speaking right now, this is November, meaning that this year alone has run like 11 months already, which is remaining one more month to go. So, have you ever this year, because 11 months is quite a long period of time for you to get involved or for you to contribute a dime, have you ever contributed any money this year or last year when you begin to get interested into the struggle? Have you ever contributed any money to fund the movement? Yes or no?
I cannot say my contributions on the YouTube live like this because people.
No. I'm not telling you to tell me. I did not say you should tell me your name. Let's be sincere now. We are here to discuss, my brother. I am happy you say you are Igbo man and you support Biafra. I am very, very happy. That's why I'm calm talking to you. So now is a simple question. I'm not telling you to tell me the name you are using to contribute or how much have you contributed. No, I ask you a very simple question and I need a sincere answer. Have you contributed financially towards the movement since that last year and this year? Yes or no? And be sincere, please.
Not at the moment, so that's my very sincere
answer. I love you. I love you, my brother, and you are sincere. You haven't contributed any money. Very good and fine. So, for me to answer that, the first thing I want to tell you is, before you ask a question as an Igbo man and as a Biafran man who believe in freedom, because you are living in a free nation, before you could ask that question, you must argue within your heart with yourself and push yourself to contribute financially into the movement and liberation of your own people and your land. If you watch this very broadcast from beginning, you would have seen the IDP camp video that I played from the northern Nigeria and see what people are passing through over there. And don't think that your land is exceptional. No, your land is not exception, because when they are done there, they will come here if there are no people to defend your land. So that is number one. So before you talk about financial capability of Biafrans or Biafra government to support the Biafran army, you must be a financial contributor. Before we talk about that one of funne jialibeya. Now that one apart. Let us go to the food security and blockade. You gave an example with what happened during the 1967 to 1970 genocidal war. Are you aware that, do you know where was blockaded when that war was going on? Do you know the area and the place where the zoo blockaded? My brother, unmute yourself.
I can't exactly remember. I can't remember right now.
Okay, fine. I will tell you.
Yeah,
It's quite unfortunate. I don't know if you were born in the UK. I don't know. The blockade took place in the place which we call Bakassi Peninsula. That is where they blockaded the Biafran land and the foreign aids to enter into Biafra land. It is called Bakassi Peninsula. So that place, there was an agreement reached by the government of Gowon and the then Cameroonian government to help them block that very place from any foreign aid coming into Biafra land, because they don't want Biafrans to have foreign aids. So Cameroon reached this agreement with Gowon that after the war, that very land called Bakassi Peninsula is going to be given to Cameroon as an appreciation. So the Cameroonian government agreed and blocked that very place that made the foreign aid not to come into Biafra land to, give Biafran children the support that they needed. And that very place, the government of Biafra, as it stands today, led by Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister, is in collaboration with a group of Biafran armed men known as the Biafra Navy, codenamed the Biafra Nations League, or the Biafra Biafra Dragon Marine Fighters. So they are there gallantly removing and dismantling any illegal roadblock or blockade from either the Zoo government or the Cameroon government. They are there gallantly as I speak to you right now. That is number one. So there is nothing like blockade anymore from that very place, because our soldiers, our Navy, are there gallantly, not for mouth, they are there gallantly. That one apart of and the kind of, this is going to be the final education which I'm going to give you right now. The kind of war which Biafrans are fighting now is not the same kind of war that was fought in 1967. In 1967, it was what we called conventional warfare. That is what happened between 1967 to 1970. Biafrans in this very new generation are not fighting conventional warfare with the Zoological Republic. What Biafrans are fighting today, which the war has been going on for the past 4 years, is what we called the guerrilla warfare. You can also call it asymmetric warfare or whatever name you want to give it, but it is known as guerrilla warfare. This guerrilla warfare is a kind of war that will be going on, and nobody knows that there is war happening. Even in the same village where the war is happening, you living in your father's house may not even know that there is war going on in that your own village. It is called guerrilla warfare. So we, the Biafran people, under the Biafra Republic government in exile and the Biafra Liberation Army and resistance fighters, are dictating the pace of the war. Not the war that Nigeria fostered, or sorry, Nigeria, the war Nigeria, levied against Biafran people, invaded our land, bombarded everywhere, and the military under Ojukwu were responding in the same manner, in the same fate that Nigeria came with. It is not like that anymore. No matter how they provoke us, we are going to dictate the pace of the war. You understand? Because what is happening now is guerrilla warfare, and I don't want to go start now explaining to you the meaning of guerrilla warfare. So since you are in UK, you are in a developed world, you can use your Google and check the meaning and how guerrilla warfare is being fought. Thank you, my brother. God bless you. Do you have any other question?
Thank you. It's good. I appreciate your time. I appreciate the time. But I think it's good that you're doing this, but you should be, able to educate, because there's going to be a lot of people over here that want to know about what's going on, and to educate them as well, and other business and on as well, so that they can also contribute. Because I've contributed to my people, but not to the Biafran, organization yet. I've contributed to my state, to my people, to my village town, to everybody that I know. But, it's good that this gets around. So if there's people here, let them know about it. I'll do my best as well. But this type of education is needed, because we don't know everything. We don't know what's going on ground. We're just hearing stuff. You understand?
Thank you. I'm going to, as a matter of fact, let me, as you are still here live in this very broadcast, I'm going to give you the UK Biafra government liaison officer, UK, just a minute. I'm going to give you his phone number so that you can contact him, and he will direct you how to start contributing for Biafra liberation. Since you are an Igbo man and you are a Biafra man, it is very, very important for you to, of course, to contribute to Biafra. It is very, very important. Every Biafra man must show what he did in this very struggle, even though you don't show it to me, you don't show it to the government, but it's important that you show it to your children. Very, very, very important, absolutely important. So my brother, let me put the number on the screen, and then you can copy the number and call the UK or send him WhatsApp message. At least they are listening right now. Send him voice message. Tell him that you want to. I'm not saying you must join. Not everybody must not join if you don't want to join. But you have to contribute financially. It's very, very important. Contribute financially. Have you seen the number on your screen?
Yeah, I've seen it. Don't worry,
Okay.
I joined from birth. I was blood. I joined from birth now. I said I joined from birth. As long as I'm Igbo, I'm Biafran. So
no, I'm talking about financial contribution. Now that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about financial contribution. You can call that UK liaison officer, admin, UK admin, so that he can assist you on and show you how to contribute, or just screenshot it right now. And then this one here is my own WhatsApp. You can screenshot this one and call me directly. I can send you the link to the Biafran website where you can contribute financially. Your finance is very, very important to fund the army that you are asking question about. It is very, very important. Since I have answered your questions the way you understand it, it is very, very imperative that you join financially. You must not join, physically. Join with your finance and support the liberation of your own fatherland. Very, very important.
One question that you did not answer. It was about the healthcare. I said, how are we going to aid the footmen in healthcare if people?
My brother, the war has been going on for the past 4 years, since 2020, before the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In case you don't know, the main purpose of kidnapping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is because he formed the Eastern Security Network, and they are fully armed. That is the reason why they kidnapped him. So the war has been going on since 4 years, and our people, nobody is coming out to complain that there is no nurse to treat them. So don't expect I have answered it already before now. Do not expect a conventional warfare after the declaration of Biafra. We are dictating the pace of the war because we cannot go into conventional warfare with Nigeria. I've just answered you. So if we have been treating ourselves, medical aid and everything is there for our people, I don't know when we are going to lose that medical aid you are asking, because the war has been going on since 2020. I already told you that this kind of war is a war that even in your own village, when war is going on in your village, you are not even aware. You are living in your father's compound. You don't know that there is war going on in your village, because where this war is being fought is in the bush. So I just told you to go and browse the meaning and how guerrilla warfare is being fought. So I don't think I have not answered your question, my brother.
No problem, Chief. It's okay. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you. Do the screenshot this number and call me so I can send you the link where you can support Biafra. Very, very important. Thank you, my brother. God bless you.
You too.
All right. I wanted to end the broadcast. In fact, I have to end it now. Please, if you are in the studio and I did not bring you, I am very, very sorry. I don't want this broadcast to enter 3 hours. Please, I'm sorry. I will be live here tomorrow by the special grace of God. Bring in your question, bring in your debate. Let us debate. If you want to debate with me, come here with your debate. If you want to ask me questions, come with your questions. I want to assure you 100% that your questions will be answered. Will definitely be answered. Thank you, my people. God bless you. Those of you who do not have opportunity to speak, I am very sorry. Tomorrow will always be another day. God bless you. God bless our Prime Minister. God bless Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And God bless the Biafra Liberation Army and protect them and always give them the victory that we need. God bless you all, Biafrans, and of course, the financial supporters of Biafra Liberation. See you tomorrow. Goodbye. Good night. With all the love in my heart, of course. Bye for now.
ụmụnne m ama na onwe sound o nwere onye mme asị m that na ekene m unu achọbụ m ịbịa live mana o wee fụ na ikuku na no live and obi adịghị m mma and ọnwụ na obi adịghị m mma like this ana m ọkwa dị my voice na-apụta ọnwụ na no voice biko ụmụnne ngegodonu m ntị ọkwa unu m na-apụta because emutubulu m onwe mana ọ dụgonu mma kịta ụnụ ọ na-anụ ihe m na-ekwu biko nyere m aka na okay thank you achọ m mana a na-abịakwa live especially for this guy a na-akpọ Obi ọnwụ na unu gee ntị onwe mgbe m jiri this man wee mee live because after that na ọgwụ ha gwọrọ ebe m nwa ada ndị mba na ndị egede nọ awụ ọkụ ọgwụ ha work ha tọọ so now I'm abịa Finland and ama na m abịa Finland anọ nọọsụ na ya na-abịa Finland and especially if o ji abịa Finland because of ada ndị mba na ndị egede ọnwụ na onwe ife mere na Finland this guy eso na struggle this guy work with ifi ọnwụ biko this man will saboteur na this is struggle for this man is na abia Finland just because of Adandembe na Ndegede. Adam ready. And the Dukwa lady within the Nakwa na abia. Dukwa ready within the na plan here. And the one on me is not because of the Chamwe Benine. Abia Kumo Finland. Or who is the this man? This man Mama, if on those support na struggle. This man who is saboteur, he work with Ifeanyi because every Biafrans know it. Mbwemuna this man na enwe nsogbu. Onyo jeje mitie fight mu wa Ifeanyi biko. Ifeanyi biko bi fight mu. Ebo na defend this man. Na no na bia Finland. Because of Adandembo na Ndegede. Owu na mfia na Finland. Mu wa ya topukwala ya onu. But if anything happened to me, na Finland, une hold way responsible. And within the group, ya na ama boy ya Finland. Ya can say kambia kankuo. Ana meba last 2 days ago. My phone linked by 3 o'clock in the morning. A young man back for that call. But okay, Luo, I will call that person. Because that call I've been suspecting that call. AP came that call, the person video swore for. He said, never you in this your life. Come and say, Obidi Kwoku, never jipon that no na banika, Kenu jeje, Abanika na jeje, Abanika mwonka jeje, Abanika mwonko jeje. No, I can by this time, by 3 o'clock, mama, more job, more even in a jeje. You say, stop, boy, or continue on your phone. Or chikwa mazu by then I download to gum the nonsense. Or know what if no. Oh no incarnation I say I may up on by 3 o'clock. Because when you know Europe, Munana born Europe, it come by that hour. No will release the edge wake on by 3 o'clock in the morning. I got no be when and I'm one jali. Keji wake on more than them bonandeg. Mpiki when of nama the person. No it more cover this that rubbish. You may pick that call. Add the supplies. When for call of that person, add the supply because no one on a phone. And I'm pick when that call because of that person on as says struggle. What would that lobby show na chick or that or maybe not if I want him. I want her. And she call me back again. Then I pick. You see, another time you call my phone by this time. Never you try something like that again. Or call an rubbish. No bish. Now, the canon of this man, Nabia Finland. You go be. Look at me. One that's new one, I'm only born is a well. A man is sitting one suka. Is that? When I was a more than a Zaben Nagi, more than them Bonanding Gereja Bamba. When was that even in a Debube? We've had them Bonande Gereja Bike. In an ear now, Waggy, it's none of Finland. He had a meeting more than them Bonandeg. He got threatened in Finland and waiting for you. In Abia Finland because of Nana liberation. He began Abia, if Finland is special for them Bonandeg. I'm waiting. And they made you name a program every day. Each way what Biafrans that I will never be afraid of you. Or would that never Biafran Finland, maybe in Albany, or you will get money to my hotel room, my lodge in a hotel. No problem. I'm waiting for you. If I'm to oh, I'm more than them and dig. To all your members. Or your group, man that na obodonsi we biowa. E man that no obodana na ni. E mo obodonsi we biowa. Ani igbo na. Man aja ni igbo man ode alu olu. Man amwa igbo ji de bube man odozi ike. Man ndimbo na ndegede na ben na famozi anya. Ma uruzie na mi igbo. Onye isi mbido. Ebe no ki eje chiche of ogona. Ona uno ha plan this evil. It will ever destroy if I never in Finland. It can never work for you. Ebi na chala mo wa dan dem na de gedanya. Upon all the plan, all the thing he plan against me. Or walk along it. In them time. Unu jele ebe ni unu je. Ogu ga walk. O we wuru mu na oge mazi oke ki eji we bia Finland Muna mazi okay. Here Jibia Finland. We are waiting for you. Come. Owu na ntu oge egwu ma na iwu ewu. Muwa wa dan dem na ndege get to go. Akale lingini if and makale na mmụọ. You can't do anything. Nya kan se kan wopụta picture ya and ko no tag ala m ya. Tag ala m ndo chiri na ya na na-emeke ihe. Si din case. Oge luo o ya ama. So I can se kan bịa kwuo ụmụnne m. Mma anakpụla, mma hapụ unu. And echiri na mbịakwa live. Mma ewepụtakwa picture ya. I will tag him. Then mma agwa ife mma agwa ya. Ka ikwadozie Finland. Ụmụnne m. Asị nka Chineke gọziele m unu. Ka eze n'igwe bunyewele m unu enu. Unu echere na m Akachukwu nọ n'alụ m. Chukwu ike m. Eji m ogu n'ọfọ. Because I need to Finland for we to make that history. For we to go and illustrate our land, Biafra land. Amam that in Finland we jebo or ijeje meeti ajo mo and ajo mad na Finland. No problem. Ana mechi na Finland. Yakwado we ana makwado. Before ana meje Finland, I had to go overloaded. Nothing will happen. And never can something happen. No. I had too small. And I will never be afraid of them. Never in this world. Never. It's a sacrifice. It's too much. I will stop here. Mbolulechi. Mana tag ya every day until I lose a friend land. Ko wule nwe keep bute onwu na oye buvu nwe obele wele bia ko wule buti ite galafu ni ine ahụ ogworo ya wele bia Finland. That ogwu go gwu ahụ so na ma omu je ju obodo ya si. Omu andati na mmu obodo ahụ ehi onem dowe sie mu dowe gbuo mu dowe nnọrọfa na akụkụ ha na-esoro m ọbịa ụzọ niile onye m idea onwere awụ ma adị Igbo ada ndị mbụ na ndị egede Igbo niile gburugburu ebe ọsụkwa anyasị wụrụ nwa ajani Igbo niile ọ ife mụnwawo ihe nwa adị Igbo na ọnwụ na ọ dị ogete oya anụ ya osuru ofo niile osuru kwuo ibe niile o kwuru nwe iwe okwu for na-echezi everyday ka ọfụ m ebe nna ada na-echezi ka ọ na-anụ bad news about ada ndị gboo ọma mmụọ ọ na-asụrụ m ọfọ mmụọ na-achale mmụọ nna ha ya ọ ife m da amarọ because aka m dị ọcha. I'm waiting for you na Finland. Nke izizi ịbịara Finland with bad something bechakwa ozukwu ụmụ ohi Ugbo gị anya na ị na-abịakwakwa another one nke awa agba na udu ebe akụnụ ya ebuzi ite gara funu were bịa no problem ada ndị mbụ na ifukwa m sef amụmadụ nnara ya ekwego bịa kete m nso anyị afụ na Finland amụma ada ndị mbụ na ada ndị mbụ na ndị egede na-arụ anyị ekwego bịa m nso inegodu m anya na-abịa iche anụ ụzọ maka na ụjọ ya abaghị arụ na mgbe ị ya afọ ada ọhụrụ bosti na onye eziokwu ka m na-agwa gị ifu na Finland sọnsọ anya ya ene m like this ịba wụọ iche anụ ụzọ ada agaba ka o si na ihe afụ amụma dị na-arụ ya achọkpọsị gị anya esi na asị ifu na ụzọ ka m na-abịa na Finland kwuchie ezi ekene m ụnụ ụmụnne m ya ka nsị ka m bịakwa gwakwa ụnụ adịkakwa ama ụma and the emeji because of this rubbish thing not here half a Finland and the one afia na Finland ozugbo m fụrụ ya amago no my enemy na Finland. I hope Biafran government will take care of this matter. I hope ụmụnne m Day one. God. Echi niile. I nwere too much program. I emechi. Yes, very powerful one. I emechi. Started from this rubbish in here. So now I will be alolani. Enyi nwoke if you on biko. Ndị otu accountability. Ya na ndị otu caterpillar. Onye our best friend caterpillar. Caterpillar ahụ egbulegu. Onye our best friend ye. That caterpillar egbulegu. Onye our best friend caterpillar. And obebe gwa na egbu onye caterpillar enyi nwoke. Onye our best friend caterpillar egbulegu. Mbu this man I flavor. Ya na caterpillar will like this. And if you won't be gonna caterpillar will like this. Connect is the dot. And an even na gwage. And ihe na-ekwu eziokwu. Ọ da to improve ole ye. Nyanwa no nwe ma. Ekene m unu. Ụmụnne nkachi phone. Ọ na-ambịa agwa unu ya kịta. Mmụọ ma not to go. Ọzazị na m abịa nkọrọ ya unu. Iwu anyị na-ewuwe m evuru nye na akpụ ụla. Na ọka mma na m bịara ka m bịa kọrọ ụmụnne nekwenu ka o si dịrị m. Adịkakwa ama ụma. Inyacha bọtụrụ. Eje ya kwuo mkpọmkpọ iko. Ọwụlụ udene. Amaghị eke nni ọma aka ekpe. Esabotua. Esabo usulu onwe stamp iru na azụ ebe niile usulu stamp sukasịcha onwe. And because of that is saba iji otu anwụ. Oja bịa Finland. Ọwụrụ m nwa nwa ada ndị mbụ na ndị egere ka o si na ya afụ na Finland. We are going to see in Finland. We shall see in Finland. Ibegu na-eji ije make history na Finland. Your history ibe make na Finland wa ada ndị mbụ na ndị egere na maazị oke. Isi ọrụ kwa gị mma. Kedu ibe maazị oke mere gị? Kedu ibe ada ndị mbụ na ndị egere mere gị? Aji we wule threat. Ije threat m na ya na. Not because of me and Abokija Finland. We are waiting for you. Prepare of ma because I can never be afraid. So say if I'm going to what the begi. Ndeo. I didn't